bean soup, these are all the ingredients that you want to make sure that you have. Again, you soak your beans overnight after you've washed them off. Then you sort the beans. You put them in a big stainless steel pot. You want to boil your beans for at least 45 minutes or so, 45 minutes, depending on what kind of beans you have. I've noticed that the navy beans in the supermarket, they tend to cook a little longer versus our nation's farm little pearl navy beans. They don't have to cook as long, so maybe 45 minutes on the beans. While my beans are cooking, I add my 1/4 cup of oil, corn oil into it, stirring it throughout, its process while it's cooking. And then your beans are pretty much ready at that point. After the navy beans cook, how do you know they're ready? I showed you after they soak overnight, they're a little more tender, but once they're really cooked, you'll be able to take the navy bean in between your fingers and you'll be able to smash it. Oh, I see my little baby on here. Assalamu alaikum. You can take the navy bean and you can smash it with your finger. So that's how you know when the navy bean is prepared. It's ready for you to add the other ingredients. Once that's ready, you can add all of your vegetables. Now, I'm not going to take this whole stalk of celery and toss it in the pot, although you might see some chefs do that, but we're not going to do that. So we're going to take this stalk of celery and we cut it up. You chop it up depending on how you like your vegetables. Some people like their vegetables pretty thick. I like mine's fine. So I have here my cutting board. It's a little used, but this is my cutting board. What a cutting board looks like. If you don't have a cutting board, use your counter. Make sure you sanitize it, clean it very well. Or you can use a plate to chop your vegetables up. You can use a knife, the old knife and hand method of chopping up your vegetables, or you can use a chopper. You can buy a chopper out the store. Walmart has it, probably costs you about $10, no more than $20. That's a chopper if you don't like chopping with your hands. The conventional way you can get that. So again, you chop up your celery, you chop up your onions. Onions again are going to make you kind of get teary-eyed, so you want to run some cold water on them while you're chopping those up. Again, the chopper helps alleviate you having to cry so much when you're chopping your onions, your bell pepper. You want to chop that finely, and your tomatoes, dice them finely as well. So again, once you have all your vegetables chopped up, you add that to your pot of navy beans that are simmering on the stove. You add in your sugar, your turmeric, your paprika, your salt, and then you just stir it and then just let it simmer on the stove on low. Now, I didn't mention, but I should have, while you're cooking your beans, you can put a lid on top of the beans, but just keep the lid kind of partially off of the beans so that it cooks, but the water and the foam that's on top doesn't overflow. So just partially put it on top of the pot while you're cooking the navy beans. So that's basically pretty much the procedure for making the navy bean soup, and I'm going to go through the recipe one more time. Shakira is excited to show the navy bean soup. She's a navy bean bread baby. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches that if you feed your children, if you start them off with the navy beans, that they should never really ever get sick too much. And she pretty much was one of those. She and my daughter Saida raised off of the navy bean soup. That was their first food, table food. I think it was maybe, they were about 8 months, maybe 7 or 8 months. And they just had navy bean soup along with applesauce as taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So they very rarely ever get sick. So I can attest to that. My mom raised me the same way. So again, I'm going to go back over the recipe for the navy bean soup for those of you who probably signed on later. And again, Shakira will have the link to be able to send this information to you, the recipe for the navy bean soup, as well as the health benefits of the navy bean soup. You really want to make sure that you look over the health benefits because, again, that's something that's going to benefit you as well as your family members also, and if you have children. So again, the recipe for the navy bean soup is 2 16-ounce bags of navy beans, 1 gallon of water to boil your navy beans in, 3 organic tomatoes, vine-ripe tomatoes, 4 yellow organic onions, 1 organic green pepper, 3 stalks of celery. Ladies, for tuning in to our cooking class for today. I enjoyed doing it. And again, it's something that's going to be beneficial for you and your family. Thank you once again.
Yes.
I guess if they have any questions.
If you have any questions, you can ask now. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube, because we will upload this on YouTube with some of the recipe ingredients and everything like my mom said. So a lot of our classes for 2021 will be on YouTube. That's why we got this cool new GoPro. And we look forward to a lot of you hosting classes if you would like to. I believe we have Amber on the line who wanted to speak about being a cook and looks forward to hosting one of our cooking classes.
Oh,
Mama?
yes.
I just recently started getting into cooking. I've always learned from my mom, just watching her, and I thought it was my time because I am about to turn 19, so I think it's time to start making my own recipes.
Yes.
And just learning from her. So I have this cornbread recipe that I can't wait to share with you guys. That's homemade, so I'm
Okay.
excited.
Okay. Oh, wonderful, Amber. Look forward to that.